Hello and welcome. My name is Mel and I'm here to guide you through all things yoga. In our new series, Yoga for Beginners, I will be breaking down different poses or sets of postures. Today we are going to be focusing on what we call our Sun A. That is short for Surya Namaskar A. This is our true sun salutation, meant to be done directly as we rise in the morning to salute the sun. In this practice, we are going to go through a series of postures that we string together. Now, you may find these postures oftentimes in vinyasa classes, but they're a lot of times thrown into every kind of yoga. A very valuable series to learn. We'll talk about some modifications we can take in order to get the best out of it. Starting in a standing position, feet at hip distance apart, directly under the hip bones. So we're not standing necessarily the widest part of the hips, but we want bones stacked here. Getting to know what that means with the ankles stacked with knees, stacked with hips. Sometimes you can just feel it out. Other times we need to directly look. All toes facing forward, so feet are not bowing out nor in. Everything then is steady, shoulders stacked with hips. Coming into this standing position, now we're not just standing here, we're not shifting the weight into one side, we're not just flopped, we are intentional. Grounding down evenly in both feet, feeling that the hips are not turning right nor left, nor bowing forward or terribly tucking in. Want a nice neutral pelvis. Completing that neutral pelvis, grounding down into the four corners of the feet, bring the hands into heart center. Pull the shoulder blades together, squeeze them together, then gently pull them down the back. As we pull them down the spine, think about lengthening up from behind the ears, so tucking in the chin. Now, we don't want to be so tucked that we're looking down and we're forcing it, but let's do this together. Shoulders pull back, draw them down, hands to heart center, slightly tuck the chin, as if someone was pulling you by a string from the back of the neck all the way up. So let's check in with where we're at, grounding down into the feet. Feet stacked with hips, shoulders stacked with hips. Hands to heart center, pull the shoulders down and back, lengthen from behind the ears, breathe. So our breath is very important in our Sun A. We are pairing movement to breath. Breathe in and out through the nose. You can have the gaze forward, gaze down to the ground, softly close the eyes if you choose, or just have that soft gaze looking through the eyelashes. In and out through the nose, let's start to even out the breath. Inhales just as long as the exhales. Gathering ourselves into presence. This here is called Samastitihi. This is our standing position, meaning standing at attention. Keeping those even inhales, same length exhales. Take your time here. Yoga is never about rushing to get to the next thing. It's about embracing and understanding where we are in this moment. Now, this is Samastitihi. From here, we can take it up a little bit more. So if you'd like more from this, more heat, more engagement, more strength, you ground down into the four corners of the feet. Press the feet down. Pressing the feet down so hard into the mat, act like you're going to pull the legs apart. So grounding down, keeping all four corners planted, act like you're going to pull those legs apart. Glutes and thighs are working. Start to engage the core, making it dense. Nice, strong in the center. Pull the shoulders down and back. Lengthen again from behind the ears. Breathe. Releasing the hands to the side. Shine the palms forward. Thumbs are facing out to the side. Fingertips face down to the ground. Fingers spread wide. Reach those fingertips down. Notice if we started to lift that chin when we did so. Tuck the chin. Breathe. Our breath is most important in all of our yoga. Think about taking up space. Inhale, sweep the arms up and wide. Sweep it out wide to the side to where we reach overhead. Palms are facing one another. Now, as we reach overhead, usually the shoulders creep up towards the ears. Pull the shoulders down the spine. Lengthen from behind the ears. Making the core dense once again. If you want a little bit extra from this, see if you could lift all of the toes. It's called a parabandha for the feet. Pulling those shoulder blades down, that might make the arms go out a little wider. Now I want you to do what feels good for you. Ideally, we want to be pressing the hands together. I have an old right shoulder injury, so naturally this arm's just not going to come in as much as the other. That's okay. We might be here, we might be here, you may be here. You may want the hands to touch. That is not comfortable for my body. If that is comfortable for you, you are welcome to take it. You keep those shoulders down, breathe. Taking one more inhale with me. On the exhale, goalpost the arms, elbows in line with shoulders. Begin to shine the palm up to the sky as you take the gaze up to the sky. Now this is not a traditional Sun A. This is how I like to teach it because I like to open the heart. Inhale the hands high, keep those shoulder blades down. In traditional Sun A, hands come together, inhale here. On the exhale, take the gaze up, you find a micro back bend. So notice the difference in what we're asking from the body. Inhale back to center. Exhale, release the hands to the side. Shake those shoulders out if they got sticky. It's all right. We're gonna wake stuff up. We gotta wiggle it out sometimes. As I like to preface with opening the heart after those Sun A's, I find to be more beneficial. Every teacher will do a little different. So let's do that one more time. Shine the palms forward, reach the fingertips down. Toes are option here. You might have noticed I naturally keep my feet, ball mount to the feet touching. That is my personal preference. I feel stronger here. So let's experiment. Try it. Try it with the ball mount to the feet touching if you like. Little space between the heels. Option to have the feet at hip distance. Do what feels best for you. Reach the hands down by the sides. See, you're already customizing your practice. Isn't that great? Breathe. Lengthen from behind the ears. Core is dense. Legs are strong. Inhale, mountain pose. All the way up. Drop those shoulders down the back. Let's just breathe. One more inhale here. On the exhale, goalpost the arms, shine the palms to the sky, lift the chin to the sky, gaze goes up. Oh, you feel that opening? It's different. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, hands to heart, center. Shoulder blades down the spine. Now shake anything out. We're gonna flow with that. So we're gonna pair that movement to breath. Few more times. Then we're going to add a few things in. Shine the palms forward. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, micro back. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center. Release the hands. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, micro back bend. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center. So we're going to flow through that one more time, then adding on a few things. Release the hands to the side. Spread those fingers a little wider. Inhale, mountain. Think about taking up space. Exhale, micro back. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, we're going to come into a forward fold. Hands coming into heart center, lengthening up. Hinging from the hips. Micro bend in the knees here. We're going to hinge from the hips with a flat spine. Start to find yourself all the way down. Chin remains off the chest. The more pressure that puts on the lower back, the deeper bend we want in the knees. So come back into center, hands to heart center. Let's go. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, back. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold, long spine, chin off the chest, all the way down. Now once we get down here, fingertips can come to the mat. Deep bend in the knees as much as feels good. This is a lot. Bring blocks under the hands. Have a chair or desk in front of you. Bending a little deeper as we come into this forward fold. We're going to inch the fingertips back down in line with the toes, only if it's in your practice. Bending a little deeper into the knees. Tuck the chin very last. Pull the third eye into the navel. Let out all of your breath here, even out the mouth. Think about making yourself tiny, tiny, tiny. Bring the elbows into the knees. One more release on the breath. On the inhale, we're going to find what's a half lift, but stay with me, one step at a time. Grounding down in the four corners of the feet. Press down into the feet. Act like you're going to pull the legs apart. Activating those glutes. Taking the hands to the shins onto blocks or onto that chair in front of you. Press the shins away as we pull the shoulder blades together. Lengthening that neck. So pull those shoulder blades down. Trying to keep a flat spine. You can straighten the legs only if that feels right for you. If the second you straighten the legs, the lower back starts screaming, bend in deeper. Use the glutes. That's what they're there for. One more inhale. A little bit longer in the neck. Exhale, fold. Bring the fingertips in line with the toes. Bend deep into the knees. Very last thing we do is tuck the chin. Third eye into the navel. Pull it all in. One more full breath here. Let's do that again. Inhale, half lift, ground down into the feet. Press the shins away. Shoulder blades squeeze together as you use the core to lift. Pulling the shoulders down away from the ears. Bend into the knees as much as we need. One more inhale. Exhale, fold. Third eye comes into the navel. Inhale, half lift. Couple more times. Exhale, fold. One more round of that. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Let's do this all together. Take the gaze forward, bend into the knees. Inhale, begin to sweep the arms wide. Look forward. Sweep the arms up and wide. Use those glutes to bring you up. You got it. Hands face one another. Drop the shoulders down. Whew. Big belly breaths. Just stay where you're at. One more inhale. Exhale, micro back bend, goalpost those arms, palms to the sky, gaze goes up. Inhale, mountain hands high, gaze goes forward. Exhale, hands to heart center, forward fold, all the way down. Make that connection. Make yourself small, don't be in a rush. We're gonna be here for a whole breath. Finding that half lift, one more inhale here. Exhale, fold, everything active, movement to breath, let it all out. Take one breath to reset. Everything gets paired together. Inhale, gaze goes forward all the way up to mountain. Sweep the arms up and wide. People call this root to rise. Exhale, micro back bend, gaze goes up, palms go up. Inhale, mountain, keep those shoulders drop down. Exhale, forward fold. Take your time. Inhale, half lift, lengthen in the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, back. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. One more time all together. Inhale, mountain, breathe through the nose. Exhale, micro back. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, micro back. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center, samastitihi. Coming back to that breath, rest to the eyes, soften the gaze. Just notice if you feel any different. Acknowledging what the repetition does for the body, especially when it's paired with the breath. Now these Surya Namaskar A's are typically done with what we call a chaturanga, or flowing through our vinyasa. If you would like to learn different variations of a chaturanga, of that vinyasa, please check out that next video that will break down the chaturangas. And then we pair it all together with our full Sun A. You can always do this. It doesn't make it any less or more with or without the chaturangas. It's still a great way to greet the sun. I appreciate you so much for joining me today. And if you have other questions, please comment below because I'd love to know. I'll make other videos. I'll break other stuff down. I am here for you. This is beautiful, right? All right, I'll see you guys next time.